So, welcome to another episode of the Apex Podcast. We have a special guest coming all the way from San Mateo, Rizal.
Yes.
So, welcome. Can you please introduce yourself? Tell me your name, what you do, and from what agency.
Yeah. Hello everyone. I'm Andrea Pios. So I'm from San Mateo Rizal, like what mentioned. I'm with VaVaVoom. So our VA agency is VaVaVoom. And then I've been with them for I think almost 5 years now. So I'm currently the operations director.
Before we dive into your career, okay, I'd like to ask you a personal question. Who is Andrea outside the VA world?
I'm a housewife. So I've been a plain housewife before I started VA. But yeah, aside from being a VA, I'm still a housewife and enjoying it. I'm a mom of a 17 and 9-year-old boys.
Mhm.
So yes, basically my life just, evolves around the family. So yeah, that's basically the best description for me aside being a VA.
And any hobbies, businesses on the side, activities that
Mm.
describes who Andrea is?
Oh, yes. I like to cook. So I cook for my family, for my husband and kids, and for my friends. Basically, that's my way of showing my love to them. I love entertaining visitors in our house. And then we, as a family, we love to travel. So that's the quality time for us. Because at home, the kids are, busy with the gadgets. But when we're traveling, they're just confined inside the car, and we get to have small talks and enjoy the company of each other.
Where was your last travel?
Oh, our last travel was Bohol.
Wow.
So we stayed there for almost a week. So actually it's a travel and it's a bit of a work. So we did some VA training on the side just to
Wow.
maximize the time. But generally it's a family travel and we really enjoyed that. So yeah, looking for more.
That's such a nice travel. So you were able to train VAs in Bohol as well during those times. That's nice. Work and pleasure together.
Yes, I think that's the beauty of being a virtual assistant, a freelancer. You get to do have work-life balance, really.
I love it. I love it. Okay, so let's jump into the next question. Can you tell us a brief story on how you decided to pursue a career of as a virtual assistant?
As I mentioned, I'm a housewife and I'm in charge at home. I'm in charge of the kids. But at some point, you want to help your husband also provide for the family. And you have some financial goals. You have some, really goals as a family. And I think it's easier to achieve that if you are really partners in carrying out that goal, making that happen. So I'm thinking that I want to help, I want to have a job, but I do not want to leave home. I do not want to leave my kids because I'm a very hands-on mom. When I say hands-on, my eldest, I had him homeschooled from grade 1 to grade 6,
Wow.
6 years. It was only when he was grade 7 that we had him to enroll in a regular school. So I'm very hands-on and intentional mom, but I still want to help my husband. So there's a friend who mentioned to me that why not try virtual assistants?
So after homeschooling your son, am I correct?
Yes,
Okay,
yes,
after
son.
homeschooling him, then that's where you decided that you want to pursue a career of being a
Yes,
virtual assistant.
yes.
I I just wanted to jump off topic a bit. Homeschooling, I've heard a lot of benefits
Mm-hmm.
compared to actually putting your children in from prep to kinder
Mm-hmm.
and up to sixth grade or seventh grade.
Sixth grade, yeah.
The difference between homeschooling and someone who goes to school, I know there's a lot of people are going to hate me for this, but I think socially, I'm not sure about the social impact, but in terms of the knowledge and the skills that your
Mm-hmm.
children would develop with homeschooling is much more greater and skillful and specialized to the way with the proper way of teaching, right? So I know a couple of parents who does this
Yes.
currently, and they saw all the benefits, and it's becoming, I'm not sure because if it's becoming a trend, but I believe it's because for the sake of their own children to deal with society and the current problems we have, I think it's best to start doing homeschooling. And if not, maybe apply half, maybe part homeschooling and part going to actually a regular school. But I like what you said. You're a full time mom, and you basically decided to pursue that career. Prior to becoming a mom, what was your profession?
Oh, I'm a communication major. So I
Wow.
finished broadcast communication. And then initially my plan was to take up masters in communication because I really want to teach. That's why I enjoyed homeschooling my son because I love teaching. And then I want to do that as a profession. I want to take up masters in communication, teach college students major in communication and English. But yes, my family always comes first. So I am not ready to leave my kids behind. Just to earn some money. So yeah, I'm just so fortunate that I encountered virtual assistants, and then I think that changes everything. So yeah, but I'm still happy, even though if I wasn't able to pursue that.
So you didn't have any prior experience with working with a company outside the VA world?
Basically just some admin work
Okay.
because we're married for 17 years now, and I think only 2 years of that marriage I was really working actual because I really do not want to leave home. I really do not want to leave my kids, so I'm always a housewife really, but with a bit of admin experience.
Mm-hmm. We have a perfect definition of a super mom here. Teaches her own children, does the VA, and it's how do you manage the time to deal with everything?
Actually, Google Calendar is really, really my best
Wow.
friend. If you're gonna have a look on my calendar, it's full every day, and then a lot of colors. Because I assign different colors for my different clients, for my different tasks, even on my personal one, even my study time with the kids. Because with my 9-year-old, I'm still teaching him at night, so I really intended 1 hour at night. I think it's around 8 p.m. to 9 p.m. just to study, review, do his assignments. So I take a break off everything. So I block that time off in my calendar. I really, really make sure.
And in order for you to invite you over a podcast, were we able to block
Oh, I
a
have to
certain?
move thing. I
Yeah.
have to move things around, literally. So I have to ask some help from other people. Can you cover for me on this particular time? I have to do this.
We appreciate you coming here and doing all the effort, coming all the way from San Mateo. And to all of our VAs and VA owners out there, calendars, it's the one simplest solution that we could have, even in our personal lives. I use calendars, I use reminders, and they're
Mm-hmm.
the perfect application just to organize our life, both personal and professional. All right. So starting about, how long have you been a VA?
I think I was a VA around 2015, 2016.
Mm.
So 7 to 8 years.
7 to 8 years as a VA, and how many years as an operational
As an
director?
operations director, I think 4 years.
4 years. Okay. So about almost half of your career.
Yes.
In your first half as a VA, what were the hurdles and challenges that you faced during the start of your career?
Okay, challenges. A lot of challenges. First of that is, of course, the equipment
Hmm.
because since you're just starting, you have to have laptop, a good headset, with mic, a camera, be, for you to be able to do the interviews. But that's just an easy one because you just have to provide and make way for that to purchase it. But the greatest challenge of all is that I know I want to be a VA. I do not know where to start, who to approach to, where to apply, and what kind of skills, or what can I offer.
Can you explain further, how did you find the direction on what skills, knowing where to find work?
Yes, I think the freelancing community on Facebook did a lot of help to me because I really love learning. I really love discovering new things. So whenever I want to do something, I told myself I want to become a freelancer or virtual assistant. So I have to do something. And then I joined different Facebook communities. And then I read all the threads, all the posts about virtual assistants. And then I grab all the free trainings and webinars. Because I do not have money to participate on a paid training, but I grab everything, all the Facebook Live while cooking, literally while cooking, while washing the dishes. I put on my headset and then I watch the Facebook Live.
I love that. I love that. Most beginner VAs these days are just lazy and they're not as resourceful as you were. And I think that's one of the major issues that we have a lot of failed VAs as
Mm-hmm.
well. Describe your experience with your very first job as a VA.
Oh, my very first job, to be honest, within the freelancing or VA world, the easiest job that you're gonna be having is a voice account, because there are a lot of people, sales, lead generation, and then cold calling. So that's the easiest job that you will find, because that's the hardest job that you will have.
What was the product?
Um, I think I only lasted for few months because I have to do calls, hundreds of calls within 8 hours. It's a graveyard time. It's a US cold calling. I have to start working from 9 p.m. to 6 a.m.
What were you selling? Sorry.
My salary, my earnings that time,
No, what were
selling.
you
It's an
selling?
insurance.
Oh, insurance.
So
Life
yeah,
insurance?
health
Health
insurance.
insurance.
I forget if it's a health or life, but the line that I will not forget, even if I get old, is the "Are you insured now?" So that's what we're trained for. Okay, hi, I'm Andrea. I'm calling in. Are you insured now? And then the people, would shut us off and then put the phone down.
How long did you last?
I think it's only 3 months.
And if you don't mind, what was the first salary that you were getting as a?
So that I earn 6,000 per week.
That's not bad.
Yes, that's not bad really. That's not bad if compared to the rates that we're offering being offered here in the Philippines. It is really, the determination, because I'm thinking that time I will be taking this, despite of it's hard or it's difficult, but I need to build my portfolio, so I can be able to apply to other better jobs. So because that time, way back in 2015 or 2016, there are companies that would not hire you if you do not have an experience online. So I told myself, okay, I'm okay to take on cold calling just to build my portfolio and build my profile that I indeed had a job online. So yeah.
That's such a great experience. What was the job or project that you saw was a perfect fit for you? Please describe the skills, the type of job that gave you that light bulb moment that you want to excel in.
Yes, I think it's being part of VaVaVoom recruitment department.
Also, this is when
Yeah,
you
that's the
applied for
time.
that agency.
Yeah,
Okay.
because I encountered they posted on Facebook, like what we always do until now, and then I just applied. But that time I was assigned to a client. I'm not part of the core team of VaVaVoom. And then the business went into a different direction. So my client's business, and then owner of VaVaVoom offered me to be part of the core team as a recruitment assistant.
Okay.
And then that time, that's really the breakthrough for my career as a VA. Breakthrough in what sense? In many aspects, not only in the income wise and career growth, but more so, I told myself that I want to be doing this thing, for long term. Because this is my way of helping people. I really have a heart to help Filipinos, find a job and achieve their goals, especially because whenever we travel, I see the MRT, the LRT, full pack, jam pack of people. And then I see the buses, standing, people standing inside the bus, and then they're all sleepy, they're all tired just to get home. And then I really have a heart for them, how about their family time? How about their kids? They leave home, their kids are sleeping, and then when they get home, their kids are already asleep. So that's really my heart. I really want to help people improve the quality of their life, both financially and both, in other areas of family life.
Can you describe your experience from becoming a recruitment specialist?
Mm-hmm.
Up, you became
Mm-hmm.
the operations director of the Philippines for VaVaVoom.
Yes, that's very interesting question. Um, Actually, when I started, there are other lead roles, managing us, heads. I'm at the verge of resigning
Okay,
because I must say they have a different form of management.
I
So I
see.
do not want to elaborate more of that, but I am at the verge of resigning because I felt that it's no longer healthy for me, even though I love what I do, but I value my peace of mind, more.
Was the management under a Filipino management or was this a foreign
Yes.
management?
Under Filipino management, it is still VaVaVoom, but it was led by a Filipino. There are Filipino, the toxic trait of Filipinos that you feel like you're the boss. You feel like you own the company. You know, um dragging people down
Yeah.
instead of, promoting people together, up. So yeah. I just wanted to leave quietly and then value my peace of mind. But then things has changed, they left the company.
That management left the
Yeah, that
company.
management left the company. And then I was left with the IT VA. And then all of a sudden, there's only two of us left to run the company with Richard. And then I do not have a choice. I cannot leave. And then Richard said, "Okay, we have to function. We have to operate the usual." And I took over as the head of recruitment, as the payroll master, bookkeeping, and then our IT guy took over the IT and then the marketing and social media. But for me, for the operations, I took over everything. So, okay, I have to learn, people are relying on me. So yes. And I think I've played that role for a couple of months until such time we were able to recruit additional people to the team.
At that role, when you were considered a slasher who did everything, what was the most challenging part of that?
Challenging part, numbers, payroll and bookkeeping. Being a communication major, numbers, I don't like numbers really, but I have to learn. The spreadsheets. It's for accountants, it's for financial major, but then I have to do it, and then process the salary of the people, of our virtual assistants. So I think that was, I was able to overcome that challenge, and I can say that okay, I now love spreadsheets.
I love that. So it's really just a matter of discipline, doing what you need to do, and eventually you'll start loving what you do because you're
Mhm.
so good at it. Describe when you guys were only two, and how
Mhm.
many are you guys now?
Okay. For the core team, from two, we are now 35 in the core team.
Wow, 35 under you.
Yes, under me, that's only the core team, but I get to
Wow.
manage a lot of VAs, working directly with the client. So in total, we're around nearing 100 now.
Wow. By far, you are the biggest in terms of managing over 100 VAs.
Mhm.
I'm pretty sure there's a lot of other agency owners who'd love to hear from you, even if you're not the agency owner itself, but with your experience with handling Filipino VAs nationwide,
Mhm.
where are your VAs located?
Luzon, Visayas, and Mindanao.
Wow. Wow. And in terms of managing them, in terms of your process, what are the current challenges that you face with more than 100 VAs under your wing?
Different personalities first, different kind of mindset and different disciplines. But I think the greatest challenge would be for me. No offense on this one, but the greatest challenge that I face are for those who consider themselves expert VAs, experienced VAs.
Wow.
Those are my headaches, really.
Do you still handle the recruitment part of the VAs in VaVaVoom?
Yes, that I cannot let go of.
Okay.
Up to this time, I still do the final interviews of all the applicants. Why? Because like with my kids, I'm an intentional mom. I also want to be intentional on being the operations director. Intentional in what sense? I want to know the people that we will be hiring. Because from there, I will have the confidence to put them forward to clients because I do not want to compromise, the quality of work and the attitude, particularly that we're gonna be putting forward to our clients. How intentional I am, very, very intentional. Among all those 90 plus VAs, I know where they are located. I know their expertise. I know if they are married or single, and I know if they are currently facing some medical problems, family problems, because I want to understand. I always tell my our VAs, help me help you. For me to be able to help you, I have to understand, your current situation, your background, and everything.
Can you tell me the three qualities or characteristics that you find when you're looking for VAs?
Okay. So actually, before we go to the three qualities, in VaVaVoom and my belief as well, um, we should value attitude more than the skills. So in VaVaVoom, we believe our tagline or our mantra is we hire attitude, we train skills.
I love that.
So yes, it's more of 80% attitude and 20% skills. So yeah, because at skills can be taught, but attitude can be learned. So that's one thing, attitude. We really value attitude. Next one is you need to have a growth mindset. Growth mindset when you say you are open for growth, self-improvement and self-development. Like I always say, virtual assistance is not for everyone. So if you are a person who doesn't want to study, who doesn't love to study, who doesn't love to learn new things, then you are not for virtual assistance because virtual assistants are very reliant and dependent on technology because we function remotely and we know for a fact that technology evolves every day and you have to keep up with the trend. You have to learn new things for you not to be able to be left behind and provide value to your clients. So yes, attitude and then growth mindset, and then the next one, we value dedication and commitment. So it's really one way for you to keep working long term with your client if you're a dedicated and committed person. So yeah.
With a pool of over 100 VAs, what are the specialties? Do you look specifically for a special type of skill? Or is this general all throughout the table with the clients that come with VaVaVoom?
General in all throughout. We have general VAs, mostly for admin. We have VAs for bookkeeping. We have VAs for social media marketing, content creators, graphic designers, web developer, all sorts. We also have VAs for property management in the UK.
What is the most in demand right now in the UK in terms of what you're experiencing right
Initially, for the number one spot, since we're catering to property investors, property management VAs. Those are the VAs that would help the client manage their properties, manage the tenants, So yes, and then the next one, as always, social media management VAs. So social media managers.
What is the range for um, those two positions? of salaries? What are the salary range for those two positions?
Actually, for VaVaVoom, we have two categories. We have standard VAs, who's more of a generalist, and then basically, around newbies to 2 years of experience. And then the next one, we have premium. We call it premium VAs. Those are the people who, through the years, have upskilled and become specialized or experts on a particular area. So those are people who've acquired additional skills from where they start.
Any advice for VAs who don't fit the standard category? Let's say VAs who are fresh graduate out of college or high school.
Mhm.
What would your advice be for them to start off?
Yes, my advice would be first, you have to be determined if you really want to do this, and then after you figure out that okay, I'm determined to do this, you have to know where your spot is. Okay, what do you want to do? Um, Usually that's the challenge of newbies. They know they want to become a VA, but they do not know what they want to do. They do not know what area they would provide services for a client. So they have to know themselves first. Are you for admin, or are you interested in social media? Are you interested in bookkeeping? So that's the greatest struggle really, because here the norm in the Philippines is like, okay, I applied for an admin or an office staff and I get to do everything.
Mm.
And then you cannot complain because the thinking would be you look for you need a job, so you do not have room to complain. But for virtual assistants, that's another beauty. You get to do the things that you love. You get to do the things that you're happy to be doing. When I say that, for me, I'm very good in admin. So I'm very much into systems and process. My husband and other creators, they are very much on the creative side. They love engaging in social media, creating contents and captions. But those are two different things. Here in the Philippines, if you're assigned to do that, okay, you do it both, even if you're not happy doing the other one. So I do not know if if you're familiar with Genius U test. It's a wealth dynamics also. It's similar with the disc of Tony Robbins. So Genius U is for Roger Hamilton. When you say Genius U, it's a profile test. Maybe you should try that, guys, and you'll be surprised with the result. Profile test, profile exam, wherein you will figure out what genius profile are you. There are four geniuses. So there's Still, Tempo, Blaze, and Dynamo. So for Steel, these are systems smart people. They are very much into systems and process, admin, organizing, everything. And then for others, a Tempo. Tempo is a very great supporter. So whatever the Steel has started, put in place, the Tempo doesn't have a hard time following it through, continuing the process. And then there's a Blaze. So a Blaze is people smart. So those are people that are into sales. They love talking to people. They love, offering services,
More of the soft skills.
selling. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then Dynamo. These are the creators.
Mhm.
Social media, graphic designer, video editors. So that's where I usually jumpstart. That's my springboard whenever I interview people. What's your genius? What you really love to be doing?
That's nice. Where do we get this Genius U test? Is this open? Is this something where we could find on the internet?
Yes, you can just find it on the internet and it's free. So you just search Genius U test.
Okay.
So yeah.
What are the salary range starting with a standard VA to a premium VA?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, for the standard VA, the starting would be 3.15 pounds an hour.
Oh, so we're talking pounds, not
Pounds,
dollars.
yeah, we're talking
Wow.
about pounds here. And then the for the premium it's 4.20 pounds per hour. So that's the difference.
And because with a standard, VaVaVoom requires them to have at least 2 years of experience. Is that correct?
No, we're
Oh,
for
okay.
standards, those are for newbies.
Are we
You
talking
know,
about this can work for fresh college
yes,
graduates?
yes, for fresh graduates.
And do you provide any training seminars for like beginners or someone who wants to shift? let's say from a different career or someone who just graduated, does VaVaVoom offer courses, trainings, webinars?
Yes, yes. That's I think that's what we differ from other VA agencies. As we always say, VaVaVoom is not just a VA recruitment agency, but it is a company who provides support to our VAs and aspiring VAs, and of course our clients. When I say we're open to newbies, fresh graduates, but considering that they have at least 6 months to 1 year office experience. Oh, Andrea, you say you're open with newbies, but you need experience because it's like this. We're going to hire people that doesn't have any idea at all, work hasn't developed any work ethics. So it's for you, it's hard for us, to train and develop that kind of soft skills first. But then if you already have a background, but you're really a newbie and a fresh starter for your virtual assistants, that's possible for us. We provide free trainings, intensive trainings to successful applicants. So let's say you pass our screening, our exams, our interviews, then we will endorse you for training. So it's a 1 week intensive training. You will be provided trainings for essential tools that we use for online tools that we use as VA. So that's all for free.
Wow. And they don't pay a single penny or pound just
No.
to get these trainings.
No, 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 no.
That's
Not a centavo.
I'd love to hear that. So my next question is, maybe this is the chance for agency owners to learn from you. As someone as a operations director of more than 100 VAs, what would your top three tips that you would give to agency owners who are actually struggling or aspiring VAs who want to put up their agencies?
Mm, okay. So, first is you should know your purpose. Why do you want to do that? And then second one is how long do you want to do that? Because there are a lot of challenges that you would face. And at some point, people would just quit. It's easy for them to quit.
Can you be specific with challenges like that
Challenges
you
if you're going to put up an agency. Actually, I'm in the process of considering putting up VaVaVoom PH here in the Philippines because there's a need now of providing documents, their benefits and all, which is the current demand of the VAs. But I'm still thinking about that because there are a lot of things to consider, the pros and cons. And number one is the taxes that you have to pay. But yes, know your purpose. How long do you want to do it? And then the next one is the people that you want to help. You know, um, who are the people that you really want to help? Why do you want? Is it just really for money? Or you have other you're gonna still go back to number one. What's your purpose? Mhm. So for VAs, I think 3 points. Start now. So if you know you want this, you should start now. Starting now, saying not apply now, but start to build yourself. I see you have a podcast, in creating CVs in Canva. Really important to have a presentable resume or CV because that's your gateway in any job application. Next one is start to build yourself in learning the virtual assistance world. Some people would say, I like to become a virtual assistant, and then they will just, go ahead and apply without really understanding. And then when they reach the interview, they pass the exams because they're brilliant. But when you get to interview them, they do not know what they're getting into. And unfortunately, sorry to say this, most of them are from BPOs because they think they've reached the metrics, they reach the level of trainers, they reach the level of team leaders. They think that okay, I will be an amazing VA too.
It's a
But there's
different
so much
world.
more to that.
Yes, I agree. It's a totally different world. It's People think it's much more convenient working at home, but there are challenges working at home as well, especially if you have children. Um, if you don't have children, if you're single, one of the biggest challenges that most VAs would tend to face is the lonesomeness of being a VA at home. Some are efficient enough to go out, but it's not enough when you're not dealing with your teammates in terms of socially dealing with them or communicating with them or having a sort of life. It gets lonely and sad. But one thing that I want you to tell me more about is VaVaVoom's big boss. How's he
Yes.
like?
Oh, I love talking about our big
What's
boss,
his name?
Richard Evans.
Richard Evans. So
Yes.
please describe how Richard Evans came to the point that, hey, I want to work with Filipinos. Filipinos are great. They're great VAs performing.
Yes. He actually started because he's a businessman, he's a property investor. So he hired his very first VA, which is a Filipino. That's from a different UK recruitment agency. And then, since he is really a brilliant man and loves establishing business, and he thought, why not I come up with my own VA agency? And then, because he loved the service and he was really impressed about Filipino VAs. I don't know if you guys are aware that we have competitor VAs from South Africa, from India. Those are the places that have virtual assistants, aside from Philippines. But, I'm being proud here. By far, we are really, more amazing than other countries.
Has he visited the Philippines and experienced how us Filipinos live and find adventure?
Yes, he was here last January 2023,
Wow.
and how he loved Philippines. He's coming back
Really?
this year, March
And
2024.
maybe we can get him on this podcast and we could, get into a deep dive of his experience and his insights about being an agency owner.
Yes, yes, I'll make that happen. So,
Thank
Richard, if you're
you.
gonna be watching this, you're already booked for March 2024.
Block your calendar, Richard. We're gonna see you soon. Okay, so I think that covered most of it. I know we could talk a lot more. Maybe I think my next question is about, do you have a website? Do you have socials? Where can we communicate with you? Where can VAs apply to VaVaVoom? And also, where can the clients find you as well?
Mhm. Yeah, so we have socials. We are present in Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, and TikTok. So you just have to find VaVaVoom PH. So there are two. You can find two VaVaVooms actually on all those socials, because VaVaVoom without the PH is an account intended for clients.
Okay.
So
Same company, though.
same
Okay,
company. We
okay,
just
okay.
split, because for the contents, the
Right.
content will be more client focused and what they need to optimize and systemize their business. But for VaVaVoom PH, we decided to establish VaVaVoom PH. It is a community wherein we can provide the content, is providing support, ideas, we're giving some top tips, we're even giving some free, sometimes, free webinars online, Facebook. So it's more on focus for VAs. So if our audience, are VAs, I think they should follow VaVaVoom PH. So for our website, you can apply directly if you want to submit your application. Our website is vavavoom.ph.
Okay. So we'll have all the socials and your website links down in the description of this. We could always find more information. You could always message us on our Apex socials as well, and we're gonna have a dedicated page for this podcast episode. We're gonna put all the links there. Andrea, you've been wonderful. I love your experience. Thank you for sharing your experience and your insights and your advices towards virtual assistants and agency owners. We hope to see you soon, maybe soon with Richard when he
Yes,
arrives.
yes, yes.
And then, is there any last advice you would want to give out to everyone?
Mm-hmm. Last advice, don't be afraid for growth. So, get out of your comfort zone. Comfort zone is a place where nothing grows. So get out of that place. Continue to seek growth and development, because that's really more fulfilling than having a six-digit salary, because that is one thing that cannot be taken away from you, and you will be able to pass it on, to others, even for, the next generations.
So, Andrea, I heard that you're coming up with a VA training this March. Can you tell us more about that?
Yeah, so we have an upcoming paid training for our for aspiring VAs, and for experienced VAs as well. So it's going to be a back-to-back training. So what's going to be offered for the paid training for aspiring VAs, how to start your VA career, and then what are the essential tools that you need to learn, how to prepare for interviews, and how to become an outstanding VA. And plus, it's very different. We're going to be doing an actual on-site review of your resume. So you need to bring your printed resume or CVs, and we're going to be reviewing that, and we're going to be conducting mock interviews.
Wow. Is this going to be an in-person training type of
It's an in-person.
okay. And
Yes.
can you tell us where it's going to happen?
Yeah, it's gonna be an in-person event on March 10. It will start at around 8:30 a.m. until 12:30 p.m. at Microtel by Windham at Libis, Quezon City.
Oh, in Quezon City. Oh, great, great. That's so people around VAs, aspiring VAs around Quezon City, you could just head over. Is it somewhere near Eastwood?
Yes, it's
Okay.
across Eastwood.
Okay.
Yeah, the Microtel, yeah, across Eastwood. So it's very accessible and easy.
And can you give us an idea how much this paid training would set back these
Yes, all
VAs?
of this, you can only get it for 999. So it's a 999 pesos only. So aside from all of those courses, mock interviews, and review, you also get a chance to be prioritized. Your application will be our priority. And then you will be offered to take part of our apprenticeship and internship program. So to get more a hands-on training, get the feel to use all of the online tools that were
Is this
recommended.
a 1 day training?
It's a 1 day training, and then after that, you can apply to us, you can reach out to us, or yeah, we're gonna do a follow-up for you for all of our trainees. And then yeah, you can start your application, be our intern, be our apprentice. And then also there's one more when I say back to back. In the afternoon, we're gonna be offering another session. This is for both newbies, aspiring, and experienced VAs. What's the role of AI? So
Wow.
in the freelancing business now.
This is a different that's this is some exciting news because I've never heard any sessions, trainings, or webinars about AIs and VAs. Is AI going to take over the VA world, or is it something that we could use as a tool?
Yes, our take in VaVaVoom is, virtual assistants cannot be replaced by AI. We still need the human touch. AI versus HI, human intelligence. But, virtual assistants can be replaced by someone who knows how to use AI. Mm.
Attend din ako.
Sure, sure.
All right. We'll put all the details in your podcast page. And then for anyone out there who wants to be a standard premium VA or an agency owner, then I guess this is the right avenue. Who's hosting this?
It is hosted by VaVaVoom PH. So Richard, you get to meet the owner.
It's a
When you attend the training. So the owner will be teaching how to be an outstanding VA, and he's also one of our panelists for our AI discussions.
Andrea, you've been wonderful, and thank you for making the time all the way from San Mateo, Rizal.
Mhm.
So, everyone, a shout out to all the VAs around the Rizal area. We have Andrea, and tune in on her podcast, and we'll get you all the details on the dedicated